What's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell, and come join his family where you can learn and earn with the best of us. Okay, so we got a lot going on today. Listen, there's a lot of headwinds that are positive and negative for the market. Let's just say it that way. We're going to dig down and see what's going on. The president just made a statement about the tariffs, and the tariffs are the biggest headwinds. The geopolitical situation has cooled off. It has de-escalated, as you guys know by now. But the president just put out a statement about his tariffs. All right, so let's take a look. Trump trade deadline of July 9th, not critical, says the White House. This literally just came out as I was visiting this. Look at this. President Donald Trump could extend his upcoming self-imposed tariff pause deadline, the White House just said. And so that literally just came out as I was filming this. And, you know, he had these deadlines. We got deals that we got to work out with the rest of the world, with the EU and China. To me, are the two biggest deals that need to be worked out. Now, this is signaling to me that there are no deals yet, or that the talks are ongoing and they're really not making any headway. And so the market, I believe, has already priced in that a deal will be worked out. In this prolong, or should I say this extension, will probably continue to extend the market out, meaning the market won't go down. If we get a bad news or some bad news that there are no deals being made, the market would see that in a negative way and start to sell off. Though I do think it's already priced in that a deal will eventually come. Now, there's two news stories here. As you could see, stock market, the S&P is edging towards, it's just points under a new all-time high as the NASDAQ moved closer to its record. Okay, so we got Trump considering naming the Fed, naming a new Fed. You see here, Trump considers naming new Fed chair early, right? And that's weighing on the dollar, right? So let's just take a look at the markets where they are. We could see that the markets are really doing nicely today. We got the S&P here. Let's just add the Dow, and let's add the NASDAQ. So let's go S&P, Dow, and then the NASDAQ, and let's stack them. We're on the day, and as you could see, we're doing quite well, especially the NASDAQ. A lot of people are playing the SPY or trading the SPY and the Qs. So you got the NASDAQ up 172 points and the S&P is up 44 points, which the market has been doing good for the last couple of days. So consistently moving up. You got stock rise lifting S&P 500 to within inches of new record high. So you got all of this good news that's still coming. You're still coming with all of this good news. You got, I'm going to mention some stock that are actually doing well also. Okay, so just a random hodgepodge of stock because they are worth looking. They are worth looking at. All right. So let's take a look at this one right here. Core Scientific. You guys know I had the CEO here, and you got, you got stock like Hood, you got stock like Circle, Coinbase, all of those that are going up because of stable coins. That industry is doing well. All right. What is Core Scientific? It's a crypto mining company. All right. I want you to go down here and read why it is surging so much today. It is up 28%, right? Doing really well. You guys remember a lot of these Bitcoin mining companies are getting into these data centers. They're finding new ways to create revenue. And then we have Palantir. Palantir just keeps moving higher and higher. It hit an all-time high today of 148. We can see the year range right here. Look at this. From $21 to 148. We are absolutely printing money with Palantir. Those of you that's been with me, you know we've been holding Palantir and SoFi and Affirm and Roblox, those type of stock that were retail favorites. We've been holding them, and we had some since $7, and then we sold, we took profits, got back in 10 and 12 and 20s, and now we're here at 145, looking extremely good. And the bears are getting wiped. All right, the bears are getting wiped. Let's look at this. All right, so Palantir stock is up over 90% this year, and the short sellers are accepting defeat. All right, they are smelling defeat. All right, and so it's one of those that's just a fan favorite. We know that the financials don't match. We know that the PE is outrageous. Let's take a look. We could see here. Look at that. The PE is $635. It's a small cap stock. It's in the aero defense space, not aero defense, but they get a lot of government contracts, and it is in the defense space overall. And they just keep getting these government contracts, and people just don't care. They keep holding and buying at dips. Just keep buying at dips. Remember, just a few months ago, weeks ago even, I was telling you guys I'm buying every time it dips under 80, right? And remember when Liberation Day came and all of that, and it just went down, I took some profits and then I started buying back in, which is always a good idea to take some profits when you're up that much, okay? So here's another one sector that I want to mention, and that's quantum computing, because I have something I want to tell you and reiterate about the quantum computing industry as a whole, or should I say as a whole. We got quantum computing, Rigetti, SoundHound, D-Wave. Here's a few of them, all right? They were all green, but you can see D-Wave is starting to cool off. Now, I'm bringing these up because I want to explain something before I play a clip for you, that if you are in these, and I've been talking about these, and we're up massively in our portfolios, especially in Money Move, with all of these quantum computing stock. Listen, I'm just going to tell you in the long run that I believe one or maybe two of these may take off with quantum computing. Though Jensen Huang or Jensen Hong said that they were early. He was wrong. They are early, but he put the date out so far, and the stock proved him wrong, right? Now, NVIDIA's going up too, because these analysts keep giving them price raises, and NVIDIA's not over. Just like Apple has missed the AI run, Apple is behind in AI, and so Apple is not doing well, trending down while everything else is trending up, like NVIDIA. NVIDIA had a trend down, but it was actually a buying opportunity. But as it pertains to quantum computing, there's a race now, and that race is between us and China, just like all of AI is, okay? And so I want to play this clip, and then I want to tell you the long-term play for me with these quantum computing stock.
You cover is quantum computing is part of this, maybe a number of years out. You follow it in China as well. I mean, just briefly explain to our viewers what may be coming there and how that will either twin with or replace AI or advance it even more.
Well, there's definitely an arms race right now between the U.S. and China when it comes to quantum. They've got Pan Jianwei, who's a world-renowned physicist, leading their effort. He's kind of like a Robert Oppenheimer. If you think about the Manhattan Project, he's been given about $15 billion of funding to drive that effort. And we're going to see this race on quantum. Now, two aspects of quantum. On the positive side, unleashing a lot of potential for drug discovery. But on the negative side and threat side, the first to quantum scale computing is the first to crack all the encryption. that we use to move around bits in the New York Stock Exchange, in our banking system,
Who's
our
that gonna
telephone
be?
system. Well, that's the question. Right now, it's toe and toe. And so the question is the U.S. investing enough to make sure that we can protect ourselves against this quantum threat? That's an open question right now.
Is that conversation happening at the highest levels of government?
The good news is I can tell you that it's happening. I think you'll see some very relevant stuff out of D.C. in the next 6 months.
That's good.
And this is a very important conversation. Yes, there's a lot of trade conversations going on, but this race on quantum is critical and fundamental.
From a national defense
From a national
perspective.
defense and security point of view. And I think that what the Iran conflict that just happened reminds us, if you look at the spoofing and jamming of GPS in this conflict, if you look at the cyber attacks that Iran also launched, people were reporting a lot on the missiles. But while the missiles were flying, cyber attacks were happening to bring down grids, to bring down infrastructure. That is as critical, and that's where AI needs to play a key role, helping us navigate when there's no GPS. In an adversarial conflict with a major peer, there aren't going to be any GPS satellites in the sky.
So, good people, this is what I think about quantum computing. I think quantum computing is going to follow the roadmap that the chips did, all right, or still are doing. You had one chip company just moon above the rest, right? And that's NVIDIA. NVIDIA took off and some of the other chip companies actually failed. But then in its entirety, they're doing well overall. But the clear leader is NVIDIA. And that's what's going to happen with these quantum computing stock. It is too early to know which one is going to take off. All right. Now, let's face it. These are very small cap companies. None of them have any revenue, but people are buying them based on what the future could hold. Here's what I'm showing you guys. All right. So on the daily, we could see that IONQ is up. Look at this over the last 30 days. They're all down, right? What happened? We were still under the tariff threat, okay? And then look at what happened 6 months ago. But when you go year to date, all right, let's go 1 year. All right, when you go out 1 year, look at these gains. Quantum computing, 2,500, Rigetti, 1,100, SoundHound, 148, D-Wave, 1,200, IONQ 500%. Okay. And so now people are piling in over the last year, not year to date, because they are looking to get in early, trying to find the next NVIDIA or the next Tesla early. Right. And so that's what's happening with these. So one may win and the others may fall. I would not buy these on a high. I would only buy them on extreme dips, and just realize that it is going to be in a bubble if we're not already in a bubble. You guys know the cycle. It's a rolling wheel. Boom, bubble, burst, fall. Boom, bubble, burst, fall. Okay, so we're in the boom right now. The entire AI is in a boom, and all of quantum computing is in a boom, and will continue, I believe, to be in a boom for the rest of this year. But then it goes into a bubble, which some of these we are already in a bubble, and then it's gonna bust. Now, there I believe will be a clear winner. And what my strategy is because most of these are such low cap, I'm getting enough in each only when they dip by double digits. And then the others that fall by the wayside, oh well, I believe that the one will be more profitable, and it would have been worth you just dabbling into many of them at the same time when they are beat down. Good people. Only when they are grossly beat down, when they go down by 15%, when the S&P or when the Qs, let's say the Qs, because this is AI, all right? This is tech. So it follows big tech. So when the Qs are beat down 10, 15, 20%, that's when you buy these, okay? You don't chase them when they're up. And then eventually the bubble will burst. I'm telling you guys now. So when it happens, don't say, hey, what happened? It was in a bubble. All right. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. Yesterday, I had a massive headache. and feeling a little better today. And I want you guys that aren't, I'm just telling you, we are about to wrap up these classes in money moves and in for options for dummies, should I say, in money moves. Okay. And it's going well, and the people are being equipped to learn and earn for themselves in money moves. Okay. So we got money moves, stocks, crypto, and options for dummies class. Right. If you're an options trader and you're killing it, this is not for you. But if you want to see my portfolios and the plays, though I've been really focused on education for the rest of this month, and then we'll be equipped to go out and earn. All right, good people, I'm going to leave it right there. Prayerfully, I'll see you tomorrow. Live, love, laugh, and learn.